Look, it's time to stop pretending marketing is all sunshine and rainbows. Everyone talks about authenticity like it's the silver bullet, the magic word that will solve all problems, win all hearts, close every deal. But here's the ugly truth nobody dares to say out loud. Authenticity has become a dirty word. It's been twisted, abused, worn down until it means almost nothing anymore. And if you're a founder, a leader, a professional who's been grinding every day, feeling like you're losing a piece of yourself just to keep up, you know exactly what that feels like. Because what's sold as authentic today is often just noise, shallow showmanship wrapped in the same tired cliches, polished by slick agency scripts that leave you hollow inside. Doesn't that burn? To see your own mission, your fire, your reason for starting something real turned into a hashtag, a buzzword, a marketing gimmick? It hurts more than you let on because deep down, you know authenticity should mean raw, honest, sometimes uncomfortable truth, not just a fancy mask we slap on to win trust. But look around. The moment someone says, stay authentic, people nod as if they know what it means, but they don't. They repeat it without feeling it, without living it, and that's the core of the problem. Authenticity isn't a tactic you pull out when convenient. It's the messy, brutal core of being human in business. It's showing up without filters when every system around you demands a polished, market-approved version of yourself. It's exhausting. Every day, you're caught between two fires. On one side, the world shouting, be real, be original, be you. But on the other, the crushing pressure to conform to formulas, to look like everyone else who's making it. So what ends up happening? You start faking it. You start copying what others do because it's safe. Because there's no map for blazing your own trail when authenticity itself is hijacked and sanitized. Your voice, your brand, start to sound like everyone else's. You lose that spark that made people notice you in the first place. And the worst part? You feel more invisible every day, more disconnected, more like a shadow trapped in a system that doesn't want you to break free. That's the vicious cycle. Marketing, meant to connect, ends up alienating. It pretends to deliver truth while smothering the very essence of what makes you different. So how do you fight that? How do you reclaim authenticity when it's been drained dry by trends, by empty slogans, by brands who pretend to care more about likes than meaning? First, purge the myth that authenticity is always comfortable or easy. It's not. Real authenticity is raw, it's vulnerable, and yes, it's risky. It's the courage to show up with all your flaws, your doubts, your failures, right there in front of your followers and customers, without the filters, without the spin. That's terrifying because it opens the door to judgment, to rejection, maybe even failure. But that's the real power nobody talks about. When you show your humanity, people don't just see a brand, they see a soul. They don't just buy products, they buy into a story that feels alive and real. Second, stop confusing authenticity with transparency. Transparency is about sharing information. Authenticity is about being honest with who you are, even when that means saying no to what everyone else expects. It's about aligning every choice you make with your core values, your true purpose, not the easiest path, not the most popular one. It's a radical act of defiance in a world that demands you fit into neat little boxes. Here's a brutal truth. The system around you is designed to punish the radical parts of you, the parts that want to build something new, something that doesn't fit old categories. The parts that question, push boundaries, say no to the status quo. It rewards playing it safe, following checklists, repeating what works. And as a result, you are constantly pulled between who you are and what the world wants you to be. But what if instead of surrendering, you lean into that discomfort? What if you stop chasing what feels popular and start obsessing about what feels real, even if it means being misunderstood? That's where true authenticity lives, in the tension between your inner fire and the world that tries to snuff it out. That tension is your fuel. It's the only way to create work that lasts, work that connects, work that matters. So how do you do it without burning out? Without falling into that trap of oversharing or performative vulnerability? It's all about strategic boundaries. Authenticity doesn't mean sharing everything with everyone all the time. It means being deliberate about what you reveal and to whom. It means crafting a story that's true but also powerful, a story that sets the stage for connection instead of confusion. You don't have to wear your heart on your sleeve for the sake of being real. You have to be real enough to inspire trust and curiosity, but confident enough to keep your vision strong and focused. Here's another secret most people miss. Authenticity scales, but only when it's rooted in deep self-awareness and discipline. When you know who you are, what you stand for, and where you won't compromise, you stop wasting energy trying to be everything to everyone. You start attracting the right people who get you, not just customers, but partners, supporters, collaborators, the rare few who fuel your fire instead of dulling it. This is the foundation of the new marketing, one that's not about noise or flashy campaigns, but about building rare connections. Not about fitting in, but about standing out with unapologetic clarity. Not about borrowing an identity from a trend, but forging your own path through relentless self-discovery. Founders, leaders, professionals, you are burning out because you're running on borrowed batteries. The system doesn't want you to fully ignite your own power because that power threatens to disrupt the convenient illusions it depends on. But you are not here to live in the shadows. You are here to be a signal in the noise, a spark in the dark. You are here to embody freedom, not just talk about it. Stop measuring yourself by outdated standards or the approval of critics who don't understand your vision. Stop trying to fit your greatness into someone else's mold. The world needs what only you can create, your unique mix of brilliance, edge, and authenticity. But that only happens when you go beyond just being authentic superficially. When you commit to being sovereign, owning your story, your voice, your direction like your life depends on it, because it does. This means saying no more than ever before. Saying no to the seductive lies of quick fixes, to the empty promises of authenticity, marketing for clicks and likes. Saying no to anyone or anything that asks you to shrink or hide the fire inside you. Instead, say yes to the difficult path. The one where you question everything, your assumptions, your habits, your comfortable beliefs. Say yes to radical transformation, not just for your brand, but for you personally. This is how you break free from the cycle of being misaligned and misunderstood. And here's the kicker. You don't have to do it alone. The rare, the misunderstood, and the misaligned are out there, hungry, searching for connection, for collaboration, for a movement that's not about scaling noise, but amplifying essence. Find those few who burn as fiercely as you do. Align with them. Build with them. Together, you don't just survive, you redefine what's possible. Marketing is not about being the loudest or the flashiest. It's about being the truest to your essence in a world built to dim it. It's about reclaiming your story from the noise and telling it so powerfully that it becomes a beacon, not because it's been polished to perfection, but because it's alive with real passion and conviction. Life doesn't owe you an easy path, and neither does marketing. It's not a game for the comfortable or the compliant. It's a battlefield for the brave, those willing to burn brighter, to stand taller, to be radically themselves even when the world tries to silence them. So ask yourself this: are you ready to stop pretending? To ditch the marketing scripts that suffocate your voice? To step into your power and show the world what real authenticity looks like? Not the watered-down version everyone consumes like fast food, but the genuine, relentless authenticity that shakes foundations and changes everything. Because here's the truth. The more you own your story, the more people crave it. The more you embrace your edges, the more you break free of the crowd. The more you dare to be truly authentic, the less alone you feel, and the more unstoppable you become. Forget the hype. Forget the filters. Authenticity isn't a word to throw around. It's a way to live and lead. It's a commitment to be more, to do more, and to become the force that reshapes not just your business, but the entire world. Remember, this isn't for everyone. It's for those who refuse to live in silence, who burn rather than bend, who know that real freedom is being sovereign over their own reality. If that's you, then get ready, because your time has come. Your authentic self isn't lost or broken. It's just waiting to be unleashed. And when it is, nothing and no one will ever stop you.